Welcome, everybody. Oh, we're back, people. We are back. Ba-boom. Ow. Anyway, I just hurt myself. Big up, everybody. Welcome to episode 42 of the American Idiot Show with the original three people. The original three. Dow, how you doing, brother? You good?
I'm excellent, TJ. It's Friday. Got most of my work done this morning, listening to Jez's show, listening to Yeti, listening to various shows this morning, so that helped. And yeah, Friday, Saturday, gonna get up early morning, drive across town for an 8 a.m. basketball tournament for my 12-year-old.
That's
so
awesome. Is that going on through Sunday too?
Yeah, and then Sunday our first game's like 10 a.m. and these are all literally clear across town, like 45-minute drive.
Oh, fantastic!
Thanks, coach. So yeah,
you got to have the game up on your phone then. You got to have the game up on your phone.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be watching that. Hopefully we'll get done. Well, what time's the FA Cup? What time is it?
4:30 UK. So I don't know what time.
Yeah, it's 4:30. So 8:30 your time.
Yeah, I'll be in good old Beaverton, Oregon, home of Nike headquarters.
Ooh.
America World headquarters, and there's a high school there called Jesuit High School. I'll be watching 12-year-olds play basketball at 8:30 in the morning.
That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Sounds like an epic weekend to me. Connor, speaking of epic weekends, how are you doing, dude? You all right?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I got my dressing gown on, chill setting. Friday night. I'm not having a mad one tonight. I think New Year's still catching up with me a bit, so I'm just.
I was gonna say, is your liver recovered?
Oh no, my liver's fine. I can control it, but like it's just a long week of work coming back. You know what it's like. You know, you leave work for a couple of weeks, you come back, and it's like hellfire. So it's been a long week, but no, I'm chilling. I would say I'm looking forward to Sunday, but I'm kind of shitting myself for it. But it is what it is, because that's probably the only trophy that we're going to possibly have a chance of winning this season. And we've got a really tough team to play. So, but no, I'm good. And big up to everyone in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll try not to lose my head today, like I did yesterday or Thursday.
Hey, no, it's okay if you lose your head. And look, people got on me about going on rants. I don't call them rants anymore. Okay, I call them informing people loudly. You know what I mean? Yeah. We aren't ranting here. We never rant here. We just inform people with a voice. Anyway, let's say hi to the guys in the chat, and then we'll get to the FA Cup fixtures. We do have the game center going on right now, so just a quick update before we say hi to people in the chat. Brentford and Wolves look like they are going to be heading for a replay. They're 1-1 in the 95th minute. Fulham are up on Rotherham United 1-0, and then Tottenham and Burnley are tied. Please take them. Come on, Burnley. Come on, company. Do something, please. But big up everybody inside. Let's say hi to the people in the chat. We got Luca. Hey, Luca, we are not having a call-in show today, but next time, brother. Thank you for coming by. Lenny, big up my guy every single time. Football Corner Sod, my fucking G. Sod, if you want to come on for the instant match reaction again, please do. Everybody go subscribe to the Football Corner. That guy's an absolute legend. He's an absolute legend. Sorry I scared you. Big up BVB David. Good to see you, brother, every single time. Game Killer, I wouldn't hold your breath for this, regardless. But big up anyway. Big up AJ every single time. Sheik, my guy. Sorry about my performance on clubs last night. I was really bad. TJ, did you know that Arsenal have outspent Madrid since 2008? I can read, I swear. And look at the trophies they won compared to us. Yeah, we're in a more competitive league than they are, though. There's a lot of different stuff going on. Yeah. Cheers, gentlemen. Anybody seen Arteta's admission today that our attack last year was a one-off? Oh God,
no,
I didn't see that. I need a link. Where did you get that? I need a link. I need a link here to there. Big up every time he says I'm a truth teller. See, people are finally starting to catch on here.
Up here to there.
Said, oh gosh, AFTV today said six the Porto loss, but an FA Cup means Arteta keeps his job. I actually agree, and that means we are in fact finished. Big up Mama Flossie every single time, Mama Flossie. We love you, lady. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, and Sheik, yeah, we were bad. We were ass last night. It's okay. Sarcasm City will be back though. It's okay. All right, guys. Dal, me and Connor kind of talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
But how are you feeling about the match coming up on Sunday? We talked about the injuries a little bit in the back, but I mean, how are you feeling about it? How do you think Arteta's going to approach it?
I think Arteta's going to approach it the Arteta way, which unfortunately is going to be crap. I don't think we're going to have the dynamism and attack that we need. Martinelli's going to get double teamed. Saka's going to get double teamed. Odegaard's going to dink the ball around the 18-yard box and try and lob it in every once in a while or make a little reverse pass. We've been found out. We've been completely found out. I don't think inverting, if we had Ronaldo or Messi and we inverted them, we would win. If we had, I don't know, Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp, we would not win. It's a mentality thing, and Liverpool are going to siege on us, even though they're going to be missing, as Connor said, Szoboszlai through injury and Salah through the African Nations Cup, which is good news for us. So I guess there's the upside, but right now we are a complete shambles of a squad. And I don't see Arteta fixing this, but I don't want to dive into that just yet. No, Klopp is going to be ready. They're going to be perfectly ready. They're going to put in a good performance, but I think we may sneak out of there with a 2-1 win. So I just contradicted everything I said. But I mean, because reality, when the whistle blows and Salah's not there, and Szoboszlai, I know he's not like this huge impactful player yet, but if Salah's not there, that really is kind of a chink in their armor a little bit, right? So I do see something there we can exploit. But if Zinchenko's back, playing left back, and he goes inverted, it's not going to matter who's on the right side. If it's Diaz, Gakpo, Nunez, Jota, he's back. I mean,
unfortunately,
so is Salah really that much of a miss? That cheating bastard Jota, if he gets in there, he's going to be diving around like Michael Phelps. I mean, it's just it's peak, bro. And their front attacking three, let's be real, is far better than ours. Far, far better than ours, even with Nunez. But I'm going to be optimistic, man. I think maybe we turn a corner. Maybe we put in a decent performance and sneak out with a 2-1 win, and that's what I'm hoping for. But of course, reality is reality, and I don't know what I think, TJ. I think 2-1. I want to go 2-1 because I'm an optimistic guy, and it's Friday.
Well, no, and it's Friday, and we're in a good mood. I go ahead. Keep going.
I'm sorry. You interrupt. I don't know.
No, it's all good. No, look. I'm still thinking we're gonna lose, just because I don't think that the mentality is there. But but it would be peak Arsenal for them to come out and fucking win this game like 3-0.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like just as soon as you start doubting these guys, they will probably come out and actually put on a performance. I as unlikely as it is that happens, like as soon as I think like, oh yeah, I know I have a grip on where this team is going, they do something to prove me wrong in the other direction. As unlikely as it is.
And that's been my feeling since day one of following Arsenal in 1999, 2000 season when I first became an Arsenal fan, so to speak. Is and I think a lot of fans can relate to this. There's just a confidence drop now since the Wenger days, right? And I'm not talking the later days. Remember getting up in the morning, having your cereal, Connor putting his robe on, in the afternoon. He's a young kid, and he's seeing Arsene Wenger out there, and he's putting out Giroud, he's putting out Asante Cazorla, he's putting out Fabregas. I mean, just look at how far we've fallen. And there was an air of confidence then, right? You'd say, oh, we got West Ham and Fulham, no problem, 4-0, game over. And what would happen? 4-0, game over. Because we had players that would perform, that were at the peak of their performance. As much as Giroud used to drive me crazy, he's the top goal scorer for France, for Christ's sake, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, why have we gone so backwards? I mean, last season was great, and Arteta just said it was a one-off, right? Deji Sports, shout out Deji, has said it was a one-off.
Everybody was saying it was a one-off. Well, not everybody. Everybody outside of the team was saying it.
A lot of people were saying
Leicester.
We were going to perform a Leicester miracle, and now it looks like obviously we didn't, right? I mean, that's That's it. I'm just trying to get back to the having competence and turning on the telly in the morning. And I haven't felt that way in a long time, way before Arteta.
Yeah.
So that's my little rant.
No, I'm with you. That given the rants that have been happening on this channel, that was pretty tame. Connor, you look comfy. I wanna I wanna know, how are you feeling? Have you changed your tone at all?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Have I changed my tone? Listen, TJ, love you, bro, but fuck no.
That's pretty toxic and negative of you to say.
I don't think we're gonna win. Listen, that team could have no Mo Salah in it and no Virgil van Dijk, and I still, right now, as it stands in this time, I still don't trust them right now. Because of our form. It's as simple as that. I don't know where we're going to score. In all honesty, I can't predict who is like. That's the thing. I wish we had a striker where we could like that, or a player that we could say that he's going to score every single game, like we did with Aubameyang. Like in most recent time. But no, my opinion ain't changed, man. Honestly, it's just so frustrating because I really want to win this trophy because I think this is the only chance of us winning a trophy this season because I don't think we're going to touch the Premier League as it stands, and I don't think we're going to go anywhere near a Champions League final, let alone the trophy. So this is our only shot, man, and we know what we're like in the FA Cups. We do sometimes when we pull it out the bag. No, most recent years hasn't really shown it apart from 2020, but this is technically our competition for now because teams are catching us, and we won't be the team to have the most FA Cups soon. With the way we're moving. So we've got to take this competition by the scruff of the neck, and we've got to take it seriously. I'm not expecting a rotated squad tomorrow. The only rotation I'm expecting is Ramsdale for Raya, possibly. That's the only rotation I'm expecting. Other than that, full strength. I don't want any, it's just the cup, we've got bigger fish to fry stuff. No, don't want that at all. It's got to be, don't care if Salah's not in there, that means we can make it easier. No, it really doesn't. It's annoying that Tommy Ash is not going to be here because we've got him now, but now he's got to go off to the Asian Cup. Is it Asia Cup? Is that what it's called, I believe? Which I hope Japan win it, honestly, because he's our only Asian player at the club, I believe. So I hope we go ahead and win it with Japan. But it's annoying he's not going to be here, but hey, got to deal with it. I don't trust the team to win it, honestly. I don't think Arteta's got the tactics to even beat Klopp at this point. I know we had the shot last season where we did beat them at home 3-1. I get that, but it's just different this season, man. It's so different. And I'm not confident at all, bro. My tune may change if we win it on Sunday. I'd see who we get in round 4, but I'm not hopeful, bro.
I'm not incredibly hopeful either. Big up Husam, my guy in the chat right now. Yes, I am Arteta out, Husam. I am Arteta out after that Fulham performance. There is no hope because there's a crappy plan A and then there's no plan B, and plan C, if he happens to find one, involves Saka playing right wing back and leaving Eddie Nketiah on the field for 90 minutes. So why would I trust this manager at this point? People are like, yeah, you're done already. Already? It's been 4 years, Husam. Already? I can't really look at the way that this team is performing and say, hey, I trust the direction that we're going in. That's all I'm saying. But big up Husam in the chat every single time, and here we go. Mr. Flawless himself. So we got 2 legends in the chat right now, people. Make sure that you are smashing the likes. Big up Flawless, big up Husam every single time. You can catch him. You can catch them both on the Back Again podcast on Truths TV, and of course, This Is Football and Sarcasm City TV. Make sure that you are subscribed if you have not already. You live under a rock if you have not subscribed to these guys already. Deji's dodging us, man. Anthony, Deji's dodging us.
Months.
Yeah,
that's what Spurs fans do. They dodge everything.
Yeah, Deji's like, oh yeah, I don't know, I'm definitely gonna come on, and then he dances his way out. He twerks his way out of it, man. It's okay. It's fine if Deji doesn't want to come on here and talk to me. What?
I wrote a message 8:30 this morning. 8:30 this morning when he was on with Tony. I said, "You feel free to come on. I'll send you a link."
Yeah. Nothing. It's okay, so we're just gonna go with the original 3. That's totally fine with me. Guys, right. Get your questions in. We're just shooting the shit, getting the American Idiot Show back on the road. Obviously, we will be going every single week now. that the holidays are over. So thank you all for tapping in, and make sure that you are smashing the like. Make sure that you are subscribing. I am on the road. I am going to get 700 subs this weekend by hook or by crook. That is my goal. I will not get off the internet until it happens.
Fingers crossed we lose. Fingers crossed. No, I'm joking.
Oh, dude, no. If we lose, then it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy, bro. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm gonna be doing a watch along. I don't know if Dow's gonna be watching basketball in some gymnasium in Oregon, so he won't be here. Connor may be here though. So big up everybody inside. Keep getting your questions in, and I got a couple of things start here. AFC always, real quick. TJ in the panel 4 years after waiting, finally our 8-year-old son's been diagnosed with autism. Look, as long as if that brings you comfort, and I don't know what the entire situation is here at AFC always, but we're always here for you, man, as usual. I know we've exchanged messages on Twitter. Just as long as you're good mentally and this helps your family move forward in some way, I hope it's good news. You know what I mean? But this community is here for you always, mother. Always. Thank you so much for your support.
I have a daughter that was born with really, really extreme ADHD. She's a bit on the spectrum as well. So, shout out AFC always. We're here for you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. All right. And then what else we got on here? Ravi asking questions. Ravi, you're here just to poke the bear, man. I know what you're doing, Ravi.
Love it.
What an absolute shithouser, bro. And I'm gonna let Connor take this one. Question: why are Arsenal not ruthless enough as a team and in games?
That's shit tactics, isn't it? In my opinion.
I'll be right back.
If you had the likes of a Pep Guardiola or a Jurgen Klopp, I reckon we'd be a lot more ruthless in games. I think it's down to just poor tactical decisions. If you watch how we play, Arsenal, and a lot of people know this, it's very boring football. Yeah. It's controlled football, even. It's what it's called, controlled football. I find it very boring, and it makes us less ruthless. I think I don't know what it was with last season, man. We looked a lot more ruthless in games. We were really trying to go for it. But this season, it's either pass, and hope for the best. And there's no form of taking that challenge, going forward, making the move. It's all just right. This isn't going to work. Let's pass it back here. Let's pass it back there. Let's actually go forward and give it a shot. And the only really ruthlessness that's in this team right now is coming from when we do some long shots. That's literally it. That's the ruthlessness I see in this team. And I think it's down to the manager. Listen, you can say it's partly down to the players, but the players wouldn't be playing like this if it wasn't for the tactics. It's as simple as that. Zinchenko wouldn't be playing inverted if it wasn't for the tactics. We wouldn't be playing controlled football if it wasn't for the tactics. So I personally believe, obviously, Mikel Arteta will not be sacked in no way, shape or form, at least this season anyway, unless we somehow lose all the rest of our games until the end of the season. I think he's going to be here till May at the very least. However, if we want to do something to change it while he's here, you've got to change the formation. I said this yesterday. Because this formation is dross now. It ain't working. This 4-3-1, 4-3-3, it ain't working no more. And again, I'm not a tactician. I don't know my ins and outs of football formations, bar a bit of FC24. But surely we can change something here. Surely. Because it's getting boring now. And teams have figured us out. Crystal Palace, we're going to... I'll copy what I said yesterday for people who didn't hear. Crystal Palace, when we play them next weekend, they're going to play the low block. Because teams now know how to beat us. Play the low block against Arsenal, counter them, you're going to get yourself 3 points, or at least 1 minimum. It's too easy now. It's so easy to understand Arsenal. And it's down to Mikel Arteta only having one plan. What's all this about? You've got 65 defensive options and shit. It's a load of bollocks. He's got one system, and that was Pep's system. And that's exactly Pep's old system. I wouldn't be surprised if we start playing a 4-1-2-1. 4-1-4-1, sorry. Which is what he's playing now with Manchester City. Or whatever. No, it's like a 3-2-4-1, something like that. We need something different. If we're going to stick with Arteta, we need something different. New formations, new tactics. But I know he's not going to do that. In other words, it's like I'm chatting to a brick wall because it's not going to happen. He's going to have the same formation and he's going to have the same tactics against Liverpool. Nothing's going to change. And we're going to ride or die. I'd be very surprised if Arteta changes his ways this season. I'll be very, very surprised. It'll be the same type of football, boring, boring, boring. I'm going to call it out on every show that we do. Every single show, let's call it out. And that's why we're not ruthless, because we've only got one plan.
No. I agree. I agree with you 100%. Dad, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I agree with 100%. I think a lot of it is we're missing Granit Xhaka energy. There's nobody on the left-hand side who's really stable. And I think part of that comes with trust from Odegaard. Last season he was just ripping through defensive lines, dinking passes here and there, and now he looks completely lost when he's got the ball at the 18-yard box. And I think a lot of it is because Granit Xhaka was adding that extra attacker. And when you have Kai Havertz kind of not doing that, not showing that sort of inspiration, determination to make things happen, and this is what we're left with. And I'm not blaming Kai Havertz. I know he's been one of our informed players the last few weeks, but to be honest, he hasn't been a Granit Xhaka. But I don't miss Granit Xhaka doing dumb things, right? Last season by far was his best season, and you can tell that we're missing that energy. I was listening to a podcast this morning with our man Dan Potts, lead judges, and Kevin Campbell was on there, ex-Arsenal player. And Campbell says these players aren't bad. It's not like they just turned bad, right? It's not like Martinelli, 16 goals last season. Saka had, I think, 14. Odegaard was 15. He started naming how many goals our attacking three and four had. And I started to agree with them. Like, these kids aren't bad. Like, we know there's good footballers in our squad, especially in our attacking 3 or 4, if you want to include Odegaard. Now Rice, so maybe 5. But what he was saying is that it's just we've been found out. Defenses have learned how to play against us. And it's nothing that Martinelli's he's not doing things because the defense has gotten better. The defense has gotten smarter. They've figured us out. The only thing that I really got out of that podcast listening to him, though, the main thing is that Arteta's out of ideas. And that any normal manager, if they were Wolves, Crystal Palace, etc., they would be, they'd be sacked at this point because what's happening is we've really hit a stagnation point. So it can really just go, 2 ways. It can go, we can start really winning now, or we can really start losing now. And a draw, obviously that's the variable. So what Kevin Campbell was saying is that there's no real upside until the manager changes the tactics. And like we're saying, and Connor's saying, he ain't changing tactics. 4-3-3 is a horrible open formation. For those who played football, FC 24 is, it leaves you open. A 4-2-3-1 to me is what this team is built for. The players we have are built for a 4-2-3-1 formation. And until we start to get more coverage for the back 4, because we've been getting goals put in on us, until we have an absolute position for Rice, I still think he's just running all over the pitch, trying to be everything to everyone, and trying to at least, show motivation and galvanize the team. Until we fix some of those core problems, we ain't winning nothing, man. It's really to the point where we're looking downhill now. Like we have peaked in the league,
Yeah, it's depressing if you deep it.
What's that?
Sorry. No, you got to. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Like it's literally just one of those things where you saw, like literally this. I feel a little crestfallen because you saw a certain level of performance last season. You even when we were dropping points, there was still improvement. You could see that we were going in a certain direction, and I just think this season. It just shows that we really haven't learned our lessons. We really haven't learned our lessons. Yeah, big up Ravi inside. We really appreciate the compliments, guys. We love doing this show too. Big up.
Arteta knows lessons to learn, though. In Arteta's eyes, there's no lesson to learn. He's doing everything he knows how to do.
Yeah.
He's doing what he feels is right.
So you think, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you've said you've been Arteta out for months now.
I was on the fence like you for a long time. I've been, but I think squarely now this is getting out of control. And a new year, we need a new direction, and I think it starts with the manager.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you.
where I think needs to go. We need to take a long look at why we're losing to West Ham. Why are we losing to Fulham? Why are we losing games that Paul Merson 3 weeks ago said we must absolutely win to get the title? You know?
Yeah.
And shout out Merson. It's just he knows a club better than Arteta ever would. You know what I mean? And that's where we're experimenting again with a novice coach. And we're just not at the point in the era of Arsenal to be doing that. We need a guaranteed a title-winning manager with a pedigree of winning in Europe. You know, Hansi Flick is the guy.
Yeah.
We're not going to get Ancelotti. We're probably not going to pull Allegri. I don't really know if I want Allegri. We're not going to get Simeone because he's doing big things at Atletico Madrid. Hansi Flick is the guy.
Yeah.
You said
I agree.
Bayern Munich is absolutely stellar. In fact, I'd even take a look at Thomas Tuchel. Throw some money his way and see what he says. It won't be 2 weeks from now. It might be next in summer. But Thomas Tuchel, Hansi Flick, we got Havertz. Make it work.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree. No, I'm on the Hansi Flick train. I've been beating my chest about that all week.
Very, very good
all
coach.
week. Yep. Let's see what else we got. You guys are saying, yeah, we're just answering some questions, guys. And if you guys have any, have any comments, questions for us, we'll answer those. And then we're gonna get probably towards the end of the show where we're gonna get into the score predictions that I've been missing for the last 2 weeks. Sheik says, I've been critical of Arteta not taking these competitions like the FA Cup seriously. Sheik is a United fan, by the way. And we need to get him on here. He's awesome. He just created his own channel. He's the man.
He did.
Sheik's the man. What's your opinion? Do you think he just prioritizes the bigger fish? Me personally, trophies are everything. Well, yeah, that's because you're a Man United fan, and historically, at least, you guys have won the most. So, I'll take this. He doesn't take competitions like this seriously because he thinks that for some reason the Champions League is a big deal. The Champions League is a huge deal. The league is a big deal. But I was going to say last season, and even this season, even though people said we fixed the bench, we still don't have the depth to juggle all of these competitions effectively, in my opinion. Like, we need to be getting more quality players on the bench. Unfortunately, we have a manager that has the talent ID of a toddler. So you can't bring in guys like Marquinhos who isn't Premier League level. He's barely Europa League level. Obviously, he's been shown to excuse me, be Championship level because we have to keep loaning him out. What other signings do we have to talk about? Sambi Lokonga, Nuno Tavares, Fabio Vieira. Like these signings are underwhelming. I would say the only signings that you could say, oh yeah, well those were okay signings in the past couple of years was Declan Rice, Yuri Timber, Jorginho, except he's slow and on the backslide of a career. And who am I missing? Declan Rice. So, it's one of those things where he prioritizes what the biggest trophies and what he thinks he could win. So he prioritized the league last season. So I think I'm going to be even more Arteta out. Hold on one second.
What a goal.
No, okay. Tottenham scored?
Pedro Porro scored a screamer. Absolute screamer.
Shit. Okay. Well, yeah, Spurs are up 1-0 on Burnley then. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's my opinion on it. I don't agree with it. If we don't play our strongest 11 that is available tomorrow, and that could be either with or without, that could be either Raya or Ramsdale, in my opinion. I don't care who starts at keeper, but we have to take this cup seriously because you now know on the form that we're on, the fact that we've dropped 5 points to Fulham over a stretch of 2 games. This is really the only cup we can realistically win, in my opinion.
The names you read off, right? The Tavares, the Sambi Lokonga, who I don't rate. Why is Nuno Tavares then? It's not like I'd rate him either. So don't get me wrong. He goes to Marseille, plays left wing, and what does he do? Scores goals.
Yep.
Right. Now, I know he wasn't highly I think what Lee Gunner said, and I think even Jez has mentioned, he wasn't highly rated at Benfica, I believe.
Yeah.
And they were called a sprint merchant and so forth, and a pace merchant. We need Nuno Tavares right now at left back. Let's be fucking real. We could do with Nuno Tavares at left back. We need speed. We need strength. We need something new. I'm not saying Tavares is the man. I'm not saying that. Sammy Lakonga, we need him now. And I know he's shit, but we need him now. We need Fabio Vieira now. Because this is the time now that the league is pretty much out of our hands. Play the players you bought, Arteta. Do your buys. You bought them. Play them. Play them.
They're not good enough. Dow, they're just not good enough.
Doesn't want to come back, bro.
Remember when Nuno Tavares?
Oh, they want me back? No, I'm cool here.
We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary. I think we might have actually. We might have actually just passed the 2-year anniversary of Nuno Tavares not making it 45 minutes against fucking Nottingham Forest in the cup.
Maybe they don't want to come back.
He's not, bro. No one's going to make it against Forest in the cup.
Kieran Tierney don't want to come back.
You know, he doesn't want to come back.
I don't think these players want to come back. I don't think these players want to come back. In all honesty, I mean, if I was Tierney, I mean, the fact he's, I mean, Tierney's obviously. I saw the interview. I read the transcript of the interview. And he said, there's nothing like, no, it's not the exact words, but he pretty much he said, there's nothing like, there's no hatred between me and Mikel. And I said, well, of course you're going to say that there. Because if you say that on a press conference, which you could if you wanted to, it's free speech, but you're probably going to get yourself into a lot of shit as you're still contracted with it. If he wasn't contracted with the club, I reckon he'd have said something different. But of course he's not going to say it. But, you know, that Arteta left him on the bench all of last season. Because of his blue, blonde-haired star boy. And listen, at the end of the day, Zinchenko played very well last season in his moments. Compared to this season, it's different things because obviously teams have figured this out. But the way he treated him was just awful. You know, we didn't really need a left-back. If you really look at it, we didn't need one. And the problem is with Mikel Arteta is, I don't think he even gives some of his players a warning. I don't think Aaron Ramsdale got a warning about David Raya.
Right.
Like his dad said, came out in an interview, he signed a new contract, expect him to be the next number one. I think Arteta is a bit snaky. I really do think he is, and I think he's an arrogant fucker to work with. I really do. Lacazette just came out recently saying he found it hard to work with him. I think there's a couple players in this squad right now, if they had the chance to say it and not get affected by it, I think they'd say he's a bit of a prick. And I stand by that. I think he's a bit of a prick when it comes to it. You know, it's all well and good keeping up, getting us second last season, you know, playing good football. But overall, you can't manage a team when your whole team isn't behind you. I guarantee it. The time will come, fellas, where this team, just like Emery, just like Wenger, they won't play for him. And I think that's starting to kick in now. I said it to you yesterday, TJ, and I don't know if you watched it on playback, but I said the way I'm seeing this team now and how they're playing, especially against West Ham and Fulham, I'm seeing a team that is. I could say they're trying, but they're not playing the way the manager's asking them to play. They're not enjoying it. There's no feeling of, let's go ahead and do this. You know, there's the team huddle at the beginning. I think they're happy to play with each other. I think the relationship there is good. But I definitely think there's a couple of people behind the scenes, a couple of players that are like, you know what, fuck this guy. Seriously, fuck this guy. Right. Because before you know it, he could flip on you like that. Seriously, he could. Declan Rice, just an example, it won't happen. But we could go in and get, for example, Chouameni if he wanted to. And I guarantee he'd probably switch on Declan Rice like that. Because I don't get it with this guy. I think he's too young. I say that as myself being a 20-year-old, but in terms of managerial roles, I think he's too young. He hasn't had enough experience yet. And I think the older he gets, the more wiser he'll get. And I think everyone knows how stubborn Arteta is. Even the top gooners are saying it. How stubborn this guy is. He's so stubborn. And he needs to get over it. Because we're not going to progress anywhere with this guy. Listen, we'll keep going on about it all the time. As much as we want him to be sacked now, I'm going to look at it logistically. I don't think it would make sense to do it now, saying that as I am Arteta out. But just looking at it, January window, this is important for us. If we sack the manager now and getting one in, you know, the new manager's got to get a feel of his team. And by the time that he comes in, it'll probably be about the end of January. And then we brought no one in. So let him have his window now. And if he brings in no one, which I don't think he will, I reckon he'll bring in one youngster and some shitty 30-year-old on loan. Something like that. nothing to improve the team. I don't think he'll do that, i.e. an attacker. I'll even take a winger at this point for Saka, just anything. But I guarantee we'll get some crappy left back from the Romanian league, something like that, or the Turkish league, and we'll get some 30-year-old CDM in, something like that. It's not online that we don't want. If he has that kind of window, fuck him off instantly. Get the contract ready to be ripped up, because I'm sick and tired of this guy now. That amount of money being spent. If I was the Cronkies, right? I know the Cronkies are worth millions, billions, right? But that's my money you're spending. I'd actually feel quite pissed off and ashamed. I don't know how the Cronkies feel about this.
But remember, Connor, sorry to interrupt. Arteta is guiding them along, bro. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He's guiding Josh what to do. Give me the money, and I'll make it happen. So we're all good. Remember that.
But when you see one trophy in 4 years, you'd think, right, surely you're taking the piss now. I've given you this certain 650, 700 million pounds of my money.
I stand.
We want something back.
I know, Connor. I get it. I still stand by what I've said in previous shows. He is guiding the Cronkies on how to be football owners. I fucking sincerely believe that. He's giving them assistance along the way, and that's what people like. I can't think of his name. Excuse me, I can't think of the name right now. Has bullied their way into this position because he seized an opportunity where the ownership was going through a lot of transitions with the board and so forth. As you know, Connor, they were getting rid of Wenger. They couldn't come up with anyone, and they decided on Unai Emery for whatever reason why, or whatever sources told them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's where I think the big disconnect, and sometimes fans forget that Arteta has held their hand through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see?
I mean,
right? So they see it as a waste of money, but they may not see it. We see it as a waste of money. They may not see it because it's still kind of like they're investing newly into the club, even though it has been 5 or 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I see it. I don't know if you guys have more.
I see it the same way. I mean, during the January transfer window last season, he was in Mikel Arteta was in Colorado at the Avalanche game, talking to Josh and Stan in the box. Like, they flew him out here.
Right.
He flew out here to talk to them, to say, hey, give me more freaking money so I can go he's not get Mudryk, but go get Jorginho.
Right.
Right.
And now we're looking at Curtis Jones and Solanke. I mean, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Yeah.
No offense to either one of those players. I know Solanke's having a great season at Bournemouth, but he's playing with Gary O'Neill tactics that seem to be looking pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I think Gary O'Neill was maybe managing before Arteta. I don't know the age gap, but Connor,
I thought Gary. Well, am I getting isn't Gary O'Neill Wolves?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Oh, the other guy.
Who are we talking about at Bournemouth though?
No, he wasn't.
The Spanish guy. The Spanish guy. Yeah.
Spanish guy. You're right. I'm sorry. He was at Bournemouth last season, right? Gary O'Neill.
Yeah.
Was it O'Neill at Bournemouth last season? Yeah. I forget that he. Yeah,
it's okay. The carousels in those mid-table teams.
No matter what, looking at Dominic Solanke is a big drop from Ivan Toney, Vlahovic, Lautaro Martinez, Jonathan David. I mean, do I need to keep going? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're right. Great question. Actually, great segue over to our question from BVB David. Guys, get your questions in if you want, and we will get those answered. The quickest way to get that answered is a super chat. So if you guys want to throw in a super chat, help support the channel. We appreciate it. Obviously, it is not required. BVB David says, with Ivan Toney valued at 100 million, like if Arsenal are to make a bid, are they straight away bidding 100 million or selling players a bit, then bidding for Toney? I kind of answered this. I answered this a couple of days ago, and what I think is going to happen. He's valued at 100 million. They'll sell him for 100 million, but if he's really pointed at Arsenal, or if his head is turned towards Arsenal, then we're going to need to craft some sort of deal that we can get around FFP for. They're going to have to cut us a Raya-like deal in order for us to pay them in installments and get through the rest of the financial year, so we don't get hammered with FFP and all that crap. I don't think, we'll either have to sell to buy, or they're going to have to do some sort of loan to buy deal like we did with Raya. And My confidence of us bringing in Ivan Toney is pretty low right now, to be honest with you. And I think that Brentford are already looking to start him because they are in dire straits right now.
They need him.
They are in dire straits. They've lost 5 in a row. They need an attacker. They need somebody that can make sure that they don't go down because they are close to the relegation spots. So yeah, that's kind of my thought on it. What do you got, Connor?
I don't think we're going to sign him. Thomas Frank's made it very clear he's not available. I knew this wasn't going to happen. It was a pipe dream. I'd take anyone right now. I don't want Vlahovic because then that puts it out of Ivan Toney even coming to Arsenal. Because if you're going to pay 60 million for him, well, one, he won't want to be second choice in the summer when Ivan Toney does who I reckon will come in the summer. It doesn't make sense. I know you're not a big fan of him, Dal, but honestly, if he's scoring that many goals a season, I'll take Solanke. We're not scoring goals. And he's 6 foot something, and we love crossing balls into the box. If you want a goal scorer on the cheap this January, get him in. It's a striker at least. He's scoring goals. Gabriel Jesus isn't doing that. And Nketiah isn't doing that. I'd rather get in someone that's going to score goals and is scoring goals currently for a Bournemouth side, by the way. Bournemouth, and not a top 6 side. What is it, 12, 14 goals so far this season? Something ridiculous like that. So get him in. I'd listen. Cheap. It'd be cheap. I think he would happily, at his time, play second fiddle easily. I think that just makes sense. If you're going to go for something in January, which is not going to be expensive and break FFP, I think that makes sense because I don't think many other people can name many strikers that we can go for right now that won't break FFP. And I think Solanke is
70 million, bro.
For Solanke, 70 million.
70 million.
That can't be right, Dal. That can't be right.
Look at AJ. AJ knows it all.
I want to know where you're getting that information, though, AJ.
There is no way they want 70 million for Dominic Solanke. That is
70 million.
He's not even an England international.
There's no
70
way.
million is the new 40 million. I'm telling you.
It's a joke.
There is no way.
Tax on it.
Well, either way, I'd take him. I would, because there's no one else I can think of right now that's scoring.
Really go 70 million for Solanke over Dusan Holovic?
No, I mean, I wouldn't. No, I don't believe. Sorry, AJ, but there's no way in hell that story's true. That he's worth 70 million. That Bournemouth, there's no way they can get away with that. I wouldn't pay 70 million, but if I'm right and his value is around maybe the 20, 25 million mark, I would pay it 100% because there's no point bringing in Vlahovic, who, in my opinion, I don't even rate. I'm sorry, I don't rate him for 60 million when we're going to go and buy another striker in the summer. Because I know we're going to get. I'm confident we can get Toney in the summer. So for me, it just makes sense. I don't understand why we're not going to go for a striker this window. It just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to pay 35, 40 million for Solanke now and then 100 million for Toney. The price ain't going to go down.
I don't know because I don't know how else we're going to fix this season without scoring goals.
I would pay 100 million right now.
Yeah, no, I would as well. But
I think you're right, Connor. Cube too. I can't see him going because they are absolutely garbage right now.
They're bad, and I don't know how we're going to fix it right now. But we're screwing ourselves. Like his market value is currently £22 million. I don't understand how he's going to be 70. I really don't. So it makes sense to me. It just does.
I mean, I would say I wouldn't pay any more than 30. Like especially for somebody who's unproven at playing for a top 6 club, and we need somebody that is proven to that they can score goals in the Champions League too. We can't lose sight of that as well because we tore through the group, but at the same time, like Porto is not PSV and freaking PSV and freaking Sevilla. Like, give me a break.
We need a striker. We're not going to succeed this season without a striker. We're not.
Yeah.
Where's our goals going to come from? And it's all well and good saying we've got this amount of goals.
Where are our goals coming from now? Nowhere.
It's our joint highest goal scorer this season. Where's our goal? He's on the bench.
And he hasn't scored in the league since that hat trick at home against Sheffield.
Of is it 7 goal scorers with +2 goals? There's no one and out striker. It's not going to work. We're not going to look at our last 2 performances to say that we need a striker. And I'm sorry, we're not going to, unfortunately, be able to get Ivan Toney. We're not going to be able to get, in my opinion, Dusan Vlahovic because it's going to break FFP. and we're going to be fucked in the summer. So it's unless we sell someone, I don't.
Right, I was just going to say, I think any striker we get depends on us selling Eddie Nketiah.
I've seen links to Crystal Palace for 30 million. Sell him.
I know. They're holding out for 40. I'm telling you,
brother. What does this guy do? Why is
they're holding out for 40 plus?
I'm going to keep this honest and real here. Does Eddie Nketiah have Mikel Arteta's nudes on something? If you sell me, I'm leaking them. What's going on? What's this heartfelt thing about keeping Eddie Nketiah? 30 million, I'm hearing.
But Connor.
For this dross.
Connor, he's one of our own, though, Connor.
Oh, fuck him, man. I mean, I can't say that. No, I can't say that because Eddie's actually a nice guy. But footballing ability, no. Eddie's a really nice guy, I can tell he is. But footballing ability, 30 million. What is the problem here? That is a deal done instantly. Oh, but this and that and this and that. Oh, but he's one of our own. It's like, fuck off. What is this shit? I'm seeing this shit about Granit. Let me get into this as well. I'm seeing this stuff about Granit Xhaka recently.
Let's go.
If Granit Xhaka didn't have that season he had last season, people aren't forgetting the amount of times that motherfucker cost us in games. Jesus Christ. He was literally one of the reasons we bottled last season. Do people not forget that? Oh, but because he made a run in the box and he made this and that. If we had Granit Xhaka in this team right now, it wouldn't make
Connor, he scored a brace against Wolves in a meaningless game, though.
Shit if he scored a brace against Wolves. He was shit for 5 out of 6 seasons he was with us. All this heartfelt shit with Arsenal.
Yes.
Do with Thierry Henry, Vieira, Bergkamp. Do with them type of players who are actual legends of this club. Granit Xhaka was not a legend of this club. I love Bukayo Saka. Do you know why I love Bukayo Saka? Yeah, he's not on form right now, but he's one of our best players over the last couple of seasons. Deservedly so. He was immense last season, and he was very good the season before that. He's got a right to be. But I'm not going to fall in love with a player after about 3/4 of a season because he was shit at the end of it, and say, oh, he was this and that. Oh, only had a chance there. Say, oh, he's this and he's that. He's this and
we
he's that.
miss you, Granit.
I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's time for the Arsenal fans to wake up. Smell the coffee, as Claude would say. Rest in peace. Smell the coffee. These players are gone now. He's enjoying his time at Leverkusen. He's doing his thing. He doesn't give a shit. I swear to God. He wouldn't have. I swear to God. Granit Xhaka does not give a fuck about Arsenal. He made it very clear in an interview he did not want to be here after Crystal Palace. But Mikel Arteta convinced him, oh, yeah, stay here. Arteta was the reason. It wasn't Arsenal. It wasn't the fans. It was the deal he was going to get, the extra money, and Mikel Arteta keeping him. It's as simple as that. So I'm done with that guy. I'm sorry. Listen, I understand people were missing Xhaka. I don't give a shit. I don't think Xhaka would make a difference. I really don't think he would. We're not going to... Having Xhaka right now would not put us first. Having 30 shots on goal, having Xhaka in the team would not have made us beat West Ham. It wouldn't have made us beat Newcastle. It wouldn't have made us beat Aston Villa. Wouldn't have made us beat Fulham. It's as simple as that. We need a goal scorer. We do not have a goal scorer. It's as clear as day. Clear as day. And we need a goal scorer. Fucking hell, man. People are so self-meant, like, oh, we miss him. Who gives a shit? I don't miss him. I don't miss the red cards. I don't miss the tantrums. Do you know what? I even went back and watched a couple of AFT interviews of a couple of seasons back. The amount of people slating Granit Xhaka, just saying he's this and that, he's shit. He was that. One good season. Jesus Christ. Do you know what? God forbid, Mustafi had one really good season for Arsenal. You don't see people saying, oh, I want Mustafi back. Like, for fuck's sake. Grow up. I'm 20 years old, for fuck's sake. I'm seeing 40-year-olds posting this shit about Granit Xhaka. Fuck off, man. Anyway, I'm done now. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy you're talking about. Big up Tone, by the way. I think you're new here. Make sure that you smash a like and you're subscribing, bro. I don't know who this Marcus Leonardo guy is.
Fuck Spurs too. Sorry.
But he's going to, fuck Spurs. I don't care if they win. They beat Burnley. Congratulations. So he's playing for Santos, right? Oh no, he's playing for Benfica right now. I don't want any more experiments from Portugal.
No.
How about that? I don't want any unless you're a Brazilian named Gabriel, I don't want you on the team. Oh wait, we have 3 of them, so it's okay. We're fine.
I'm seeing a statement guy from Ajax, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I can't.
No, man. Like the people that we're linked with right now, I'm not thrilled by.
So
Like I'm really not. It's not. They aren't the levels that we need. To be honest, they aren't the levels that we need. Transfer agree.
We are not going to move anywhere under this manager. The fact I'm seeing links with a 17-year-old from Ajax, and people still think we're going to win this league. I just don't get it. It's been pissed me off, man.
It's not Holland's fault if we don't win the league.
I mean, it's just it blows my mind, man. There's no vision. There is no vision whatsoever with this manager, in my opinion. There is no vision. If he was that, if he was that ruthless, as the question was earlier, being believed from Ravi, if he was that ruthless, he'd go and make the big calls right now. He'd say, he'd go, and he wouldn't have made the signings he would have made to make up 650 million, but as well, by the way. Klopp literally had a window where I can't remember how much money he had to spend. Was it about, because don't forget, Liverpool were in the same situation as us, by the way, in terms of transfers. Certain amount of budget. They're not owned by Saudis or all these rich people like City and Newcastle are. They're in the same boat as us. But these guys still got Mo Salah, Van Dijk, and I believe Mane in the same window. And look where that got them. And we got, I'm trying to think what Arteta's best window was. Did he even have a best window?
Declan Rice.
He always drops. They're making Endo, who was their third choice midfielder, look decent. This Endo guy from I think it was Strasbourg in Germany, whatever they're called. They were meant to get Caicedo or Lavia. They ended up getting Endo, and this guy looks actually pretty decent. And he'd probably
Endo's good,
and he'd probably make it into Arsenal's midfield right now over Havertz. Like, I'm not taking it, but it's true. And that's it. And that is what an experienced manager and team around him will get you. Success. And now they're en route to winning a Premier League title. Because we're not. Yeah. So it's all well and good saying we're 5 points behind them. We're not going to win it. We're not going to win that shit. No, we're not. There's a difference between getting Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah than getting some of the dross that this guy's got. So no, not having it. Get a new manager in the summer, because we've got him now. Got to firm it, fellas. We've got Dow, TJ, everyone in the chat. We've got to firm it. These next 5 months, they're going to be hard. They're going to be tough. We're not going to win the Champions League.
It's his own damn fault. He's the one making it tough on us, on himself.
The one thing I'm scared of, guys. Do you know the one thing I'm scared of is if we win this FA Cup, we are stuck with this guy. That's the one thing I'm fearing. We are like that's like the bittersweet. If we win it, we are stuck with him again. And it goes all around another 3 years. It's just
he's bamboozled the Crockies. He's bamboozled the Crockies, and that's why he's got so much money. That's why they have his back. And if the result don't come, he'll just say, it's okay, I'll take care of it. And they'll believe him. Because, he's got them bamboozled. I don't see it anywhere else. I don't see anywhere else. And, the only manager, like Liverpool 12th man is saying, that can come in and really save us would be Hansi Flick. He's the only one. He's the one available.
What is he down?
I think he's available in this club.
Experienced.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm not expecting a manager to come in and influence a Champions League title or a Premier League, but I'm expecting something different than this. I'm expecting not a process, doing the right thing. We've seen multiple. If you've got to look at Chelsea, for example, the amount of managers they brought in and got them successful in the last 20 years, it's history. It works, So, oh, God damn it, man! Chill Friday. I got myself off. Sorry,
all
worked up.
All worked up. Big up everybody inside.
Sorry, I got off. I believe what I'm saying. I do. If I watch back the stream, I might not be happy with the tone I said it in, but I still believe what I'm saying because it's true, in my opinion. So listen, it's just me. We're in this position now. God help us. God help us.
Yep.
NBL says it right.
We need an experienced manager to lead inexperienced players, and we can't have inexperienced leading inexperienced. Well, this is exactly right. Correct, MDL. You got it right on the nose, my guy, every single time. Guys, we got 20 inside. Make sure that you guys are smashing a like, subscribing if you're new. Get us to 35 likes before the end of the show. We will probably go another 10 minutes before we close out. This will be a busy, busy weekend of shows. Make sure that you are subscribing. Make sure that you are subscribed to Oregon Goon on YouTube as well. And of course, follow CMO.editing on Instagram, people, on Instagram. Yeah, get your final questions in before we review the scores, and then we will probably get out of here. What up, Eli, my guy, every single time.
What up, Eli?
Eli's the man. Somebody said something earlier that I needed that I
I think the one point that Connor made earlier too is that I truly feel that trust is eroding in the squad, because you just can't lose to West Ham and Fulham in a title race. I mean, it's just that. I mean, it's one thing to draw at Anfield. In fact, Liverpool fans were upset because Trent Alexander was centimeters from making that a win, right? Let's be real. So getting a draw there on the day when we really weren't in form anyway was, to me, okay, I get it. But we still had no real attacking mounts. We still ran out of options in the midfield and in the attacking third. And all of that just transferred over to West Ham and Fulham. And I also agree that I think you said it, TJ, on Fulham, they did not want to be there. The facial expressions and the body language doesn't lie. They did not want to be there.
The players are arguing with each other now. They're arguing now. Because they don't understand what's going on with the system.
Right.
It's all well and good having an argument with your players, but that's how you can now see the toxicity is now running into the squad. It's
Correct.
now going into the squad.
Correct.
So that's worrying as well.
It's going right. It's in the drinking water right now. And, I don't know if Martinelli accidentally didn't see Emerald Smith's hand.
Yeah.
I think people are making a bigger deal out of that than it should be.
That's a little more conspiratorial aspect of it. But the thing is that, this is why I get so upset with the Arteta ends, because it's overly positive, but the reality tells a complete different story of the other world that some of these top Gooners live in. And if we can just break through to some of them and say, look, why are we backing him? I don't understand if there's anybody in the chat that is completely, Arteta in, I want to know, why, what specific reasons why. I think a lot of us now in Arsenal YouTube are giving a lot of reasons why he shouldn't be in there, but I really have not heard, nor do I pay attention to AFTV, anyone really say, oh, he needs the job because of A, B, C, and D.
Yep.
No one can really explain that. Right? And every time someone does say something positive, there's a double negative, right, that comes along with it.
Yep.
So when you start adding up all the negatives, they completely outweigh the positives.
Yep.
15 attempts for a trophy, and we've won once.
Yep. Exactly right. Luca, I've not gotten your DM, but yes, you can come on the show. We'll have a call-in show here in a couple of days. We are going to be live most of the weekend, so just keep an eye out for that. Let's see here. Why? Oh, geez. Toxic Tash is in here, absolutely talking garbage. Big up though, every single time, my guy. Thank you for stopping by. What did he said something earlier? Arsenal fans really think they'll come batter us come Sunday? Not us three. It's gonna be. I think it'll be a game, but I don't think we're gonna win. Go back and watch the beginning of the stream. Toxic. We are realists here on TJ Warren TV. Well, most of us are.
Well, the only thing I said, Toxic, is that you're going to be missing Salah and Szoboszlai, but other than that, I think you'll be just fine. And you guys can keep Curtis Jones.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got an 18-year-old at centre-back, and they're still first. That's manager tactics for you. They had an 18-year-old at the back for a while because Konate and Matip were injured. Quanza, I think his name was.
Quanza, yeah.
And they still went ahead and they're still ahead on their first.
They got Gomez playing right. They got Gomez playing left back.
They had a midfield that's never played together. Yeah, they've had no Robertson as well. But yeah,
Tsimikas has looked really good though.
But yet you don't see them complaining about lack of this and that. It's because the manager knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's actually got in the right. Well, Tsimikas isn't really rated by Liverpool fans, I know, but
he's been on good form. I don't know why they don't. I don't know why they don't rate him.
But this is what it takes. A manager knows who to get into his team. You know, Liverpool fans do sometimes complain they don't have enough. They don't bring in enough. But when you look at it in hindsight, they do actually have enough when it really comes down to it to really take them over. I mean, their attack, I would dream of having all those options.
Yeah.
They got the likes of Jota and Gakpo to come, or Diaz, whoever they want to flip around, on Nunes, to come off the bench whenever they want. That's attacking threat to bring off the bench. We don't have that. I don't even count Trossard as that. So, oh man, yeah.
$100, Luke.
$100, Luca, and then you can come on. No, I'm just kidding. We're just kidding. We don't charge. Well,
only for
anyway,
Luka.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Connor.
Yeah, no. Well, even here today just said that. Imagine that. If Klopp had the back and Arteta received.
Oh, shit.
I think Klopp has actually spent the same amount of money that Arteta's had in more time at Liverpool, if I'm correct.
Connor, if Liverpool had $700 million, Mbappe would be wearing the number 9 shirt. Let's be honest. You know, and that's just where we're at. This club, like you said, Connor, wants to hug players from the Hale End, from London Calling. Oh, he grew up a little gunner, but they're crap. Right? And the fear before with Wenger was that, if we let these players go, they're going to go produce and perform somewhere else. But that's football. That happens in MLS. That happens in the Canadian League. That happens in the Mexican League. When players leave, they gain experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they sometimes perform in better environments. But we have this fear. It's like we have this innate fear of a club of letting Nketiah and ESR go, and all of a sudden they become world beaters at Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. I mean,
I'd love more than anything for Smith.
It's not going to happen.
By the way,
ESR should have gone to Villa for $40 million last season because he's done nothing this season because of Arteta. He should have just gone.
Yeah.
You know,
it makes sense to play him on Sunday.
Yes.
Smith Rowe.
Why are you playing Trossard in an 8 when you have an 8 on the bench?
And he's wearing the number 10.
It blows my mind. And Mikel Arteta gave him that number 10 as well. And this is what I mean. He flipped on Tierney. He flipped on ESR.
I will play.
He also flipped on Aubameyang, rightly so, for one mistake, but then completely ridiculed him. He flipped on Martinelli for a season. Remember that? When Martinelli couldn't even get a minute until people actually persuaded him to bring him into the team. Same thing with Saliba. We thought we should have had Saliba not last season, the season prior, because he was on his 3rd loan and he was actually considering leaving the club because he's like, well, I'm not going to make a name for myself on loan, am I, every season? No, he makes these stupid decisions. You have a fantastic, on his day, fully fit, Smith Rowe's dangerous. Guaranteed. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got that. Unlike Nketiah, he's got that 10 for a reason. Because I think if he had the chance, he reminds me a bit of like a Jack Wilshere at Arsenal. When Jack Wilshere was really young and he started off at Arsenal. If we had Wenger, and this is when I look back at having Wenger, if we had Wenger, you know, I spoke before, TJ Dow, about sometimes wanting to give our youngsters a chance. You know, he always has these youngsters on the bench, like the PSV game, for example, when it was a friendly. Fuck off Cedric. Bring in Ruel Walters. I want to see how he plays. You've played Wanyeri for that world record that you got to make a name for yourself, Mikel, because that's the reason you didn't care about Wanyeri. You cared about having the record, about having the youngest player in your team. How about you give him a shot? He's been killing it for the under-18s. You know, Cozier Durbury, he's been killing it for the under-18s as well. Give these players a shot sometimes, not in major games, but give them a chance now and then. If we had Wenger, I think he'd have done that. I think Emery would even do that as well. This manager don't do that. ESR has to / should start on Sunday over Havertz and over Jorginho if he's going to play Jorginho easily, and over Trossard in the 8. Deserves it, man. And I really hope that thing with Martinelli wasn't true. I really hope it wasn't, man, because I'd be fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucking media. That's media BS. I bet they're totally fine. And I think that's. I mean, you can believe what you want. I mean, you could look at these players and say, oh yeah, they're not keeping their head up, right? You could say that, but like players not getting along with players, I don't know about that. Like if somebody, I think that's a media thing. People throwing stuff up together. Like I'm hearing all sorts of crazy shit. Like Party isn't really injured, even though he isn't going to play an AFCON because he's not going to AFCON to play for Ghana. What are you doing? What are you giving me that look for? What are you giving me that look for?
I'm not going to go into detail, but I do believe he's not injured. That's what I'm going to say.
Who? Thomas Partey.
Just because.
Oh my God! Here comes the tin hat. These freaking tin hat theories.
Hear me out. This is the first time probably me and TJ actually just.
Color like Tony.
Hear me out. We've seen no press conferences where people have asked about him. There's been no updates about him since he left the squad. Personally, I can't say because it's a really touchy subject, but I don't believe it. I believe there's something going on where it's not going to be publicized in the news. I reckon he's in a position right now where he can't play and train with the team
due to legal issues.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep it real. I think he's on house arrest. I think he is. I believe he's on house arrest.
I think that this is some
that might be a really shit theory.
Oh my God.
We have seen, but we've seen nothing. Nothing, and not even on social media posts. He's literally gone. Nothing on his Instagram accounts. Nothing saying, like tagging the team after the score, saying, "Well done, boys." Literally nothing. And it is strange. And I will say that is strange. The stuff about Ben White saying he's injured and stuff, I don't believe that, all that rubbish about how we're playing him on an injury. But I do find it weird how one of probably our best players at the club, he is. I would definitely put him down as that.
Oh, for sure.
But we've heard nothing. Am I right? We've heard nothing about him.
I literally just read, I don't remember where it was a week ago, where they said that this is one of the most challenging injuries he's ever had. That's literally, I don't remember where I read that. I think I read that in The Athletic.
Is it a thigh injury? I forgot what it even was. Was it a knee injury?
It was a thigh injury, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that if he was injured, he wouldn't be if he wasn't injured, he wouldn't be playing for Ghana, regardless of what's going on. He's not wanted in Ghana. I know. I think he's going in and out of Spain is a little bit of a problem for him.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I just the only reason I put it out there is because we just haven't heard anything from Arteta, nothing in press conferences, from like questions from the media. I have a funny feeling that they've said you can't ask any questions about him. I just find it strange, bro. I find it strange.
It's fine. It's fine. And you know what? If I'm wrong, then I will come out. It will not be the first time.
I'm wrong. That's a bold statement I've just made. I probably shouldn't have said it out loud. But that's a bold statement.
What are you talking about? Tony was telling me the same thing last night. Big up Tony Quad.
Yeah. I don't think he's in fucking jail. Like some idiots on Twitter are saying he's not in jail. Like I don't know, nothing like that. But I
got my Instagram posing in Dolce and Gabbana.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think he is in. Yeah, we'll move on from
that. House arrest, though. I believe that.
Yeah, I genuinely think he is. I
believe that.
Is he under? Does he have charges? I can't. No. You know what? No, we're not going to do this. I don't want to. This is a football show.
We need you. So, yeah.
Nobody's in jail, Malia. Nobody's in jail.
Mikel Arteta will be soon.
Mikel Arteta is in jail.
Just like Messi did, just like Neymar did. Ronaldo had a tax issue. They all have tax issues because they make a buttload of money to do better.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah. Anyway,
this cat is absolutely cracking me up.
Arteta belongs in jail.
Cubed.
C-Cubed is just trolling the shit out of us.
Yeah, I know. You win one game against Burnley, and apparently you're going to win the
FA Cup. We'd be here right now if you didn't beat Burnley. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprised. What's his name? Stellar.
Big up Articulate. Madrid sucks. It's a scam. Barca. All right. Well, yeah. All right. That's fine. Big up. Thanks for coming by. Make sure you smash the likes. I don't know where that came from, but I'm all about it, bro. I'm all about it. I love the energy in this chat as we're starting to wrap up the show, man. Yeah, Burnley are awful. I made a awful prediction, like out there prediction that they were going to make it to an FA Cup semi because I literally was like, these guys look great coming out of the championship and they're going to go straight back down. They're going down again.
But you know what? Shout out Vincent Company to have the cojones to at least recognize that, maybe I shouldn't go to Man City.
True.
Arteta, no. He was ready for Arsenal from day one. That's the difference. I would have more respect for Arteta if he spent 2 or 3 seasons of Burnley getting his ass kicked in the championship than winning the championship and then coming to Arsenal. I would have more respect for him for that. I would have more respect for him if he would have gone to Everton after Unai Emery and Ancelotti came here. It's very interesting how that happened. Why the hell on God's green earth would Carlo Ancelotti want to go to Everton? Because Arteta snaked his way in there with the Crockies and beat out Ancelotti. And Ancelotti needed a job and there was nowhere else to go. That's the real deal. Or else Ancelotti would be at Arsenal. It was groomed for Ancelotti to be at Arsenal. It made football sense for Ancelotti to be at Arsenal. You go from the professor to the professor number 2.
Bro, imagine if we had Ancelotti at this club. Bro.
Yeah, imagine the players we would have gotten in just because it was him. He did it at Chelsea.
Oh, in another life.
In another life. Butterfly effect football.
No.
Do you guys ever watch HITC Sevens? Do you ever watch that guy? Alfie?
What? No.
You don't know who HITC Sevens is? Dude, he put out a really good video, like top 7 butterfly effects in football history. Like if this didn't happen, then this guy wouldn't happen. No, go subscribe to him. He's awesome.
Oh, it's like a multiverse type thing. If that didn't happen,
then exactly. Like, he's really, really like. Awesome. I really like that guy's content. Anyway, I'm waffling now. Big up everybody inside. Make sure you're special likes. We are going to start closing out here because I got to go back to work for a little while longer, but we got to go into the magical spreadsheet just to review some things. I am awful. That's all I'm going to say. I am bad. And I just realized I forgot to add Eli's scores, so I'll add his scores later.
Boo,
TJ, you suck. Yeah. So we haven't reviewed.
Let's go.
We haven't reviewed since since Lee's been on. So I'm just gonna have to go ahead and take that out.
Before we move on quickly, I was literally praying and hoping that Vincent Company would do something today, and I literally had this ready as well.
I'd love to get a fine for this, but it's happened again. It's happened again. You know the rest.
You let me down, Company. You let me down. You let me down.
Come on, Company, man.
That's ready for whenever Tottenham mess up again, by the way. That's ready.
No, they will. Don't worry. It's the way of the Tottenham. We need to give me that Chiellini
one. I'll get that ready.
Yeah, I need that Chiellini one too now. But yeah, so Connor wins. The week of December 8th. Yeah, that's how long it's been.
Give me a 4-year contract extension.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Lee and I are in the bottom. Dal second, Connor first. Then the week after that, we had just me, Dal, and Doss, and we tied.
Oh, wow!
That's the first time that's ever happened.
Wow.
So
CJ once either.
Yeah.
Look at those Liverpool Man United scores.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jesus, I forgot that was a 0-0, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That week was a funny week as well. That was a really funny week as well.
That was a weird week, yeah. And I didn't even see Bournemouth and Luton got pushed. I didn't know why. I don't remember why though.
Because Tom Lockyer.
Tom Lockyer. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that game got abandoned.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You're right. All right. But anyway, the score predictions will return next week when we have actual football to talk about. And when the league returns after the winter break, obviously, we're going to be doing watch-alongs for the FA Cup. We are going to be doing match reactions. We will be doing our regular shows next week. But yeah, this week is just a little, just a little weird with all the FA Cup stuff going on. So, and now that we're off the holiday, we are back to our regularly scheduled program, people. All right. Let's start taking it out, guys, because I got to go back to work, unfortunately, on this Friday evening. I guess we can do that. I guess we can do this.
Do we have to?
Yes.
We could rapid fire it out while we say goodbye. Connor, shout yourself out, my guy.
Yeah, you know it's 5 minutes below my name. If you need any editing done for you, gonna bring back the channel. I'm trying to think of a way to bring it back. I need to still think about that. I'm trying to think of like a way to do it. Maybe
just bring it. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, I might just do it. Yeah, I might just. Yeah, put it in my busy schedule. Now, to be fair, now it's coming towards the end of January. You know, I've got a lot of free time. All my friends are now going back to their uni stuff, so I actually have time to sit down and do stuff. So yeah, no, I might bring it back. Even my friends are saying like, "Yo, bring your shit back, man," because it was good when it was. But yeah, no, yeah, you can find me on there. The YouTube channel will be returning soon, but more on that soon. Big up to TJ and Dow, of course, the American Idiots. Not actual idiots, but the title's there for a reason. Green Day and that. Great show. It's great to be back, man. It's been a while since I've been back. And I will be here for Sunday. I will be here. I've confirmed. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And my prediction is going to be they don't have Salah, which will be a miss, but just live with our form. And it's not going to change. I'm going to go for 2-1 Liverpool. Sorry, guys. Toxic and negative. You're just being so negative. Yeah, that's my prediction.
That's so negative. How dare you? No, big up Connor every single time, bro. Dow.
Yeah.
Shout us out, man.
Check me out on Oregon Goon on YouTube, IG Infamous Dow. And anything I said here today cannot be reauthorized or held against me in the court of law. Because I said Virgil van Dijk lost a step, and 12th man said he didn't, and then I had to agree. So, that. And also, C Cubed, you are a great troll. You got lucky against Burnley. If it wasn't for Pedro and his heroics, you would be in the mud. And let's see. For the Liverpool, I'm going to go 2-1 the arse, man. Declan Rice, 90th minute.
Please, I'll take it.
Yeah, I want this cup. So, yeah, hopefully.
I just don't want to, you know what, either win or lose. That's what I'm going to say, because I don't want to have a freaking replay at Anfield. That's
Jesus.
Do not draw this game. Either win it or fucking lose it. Like, I don't want to see a fucking return.
I just want to see, right, if we lose, let's say 1-0 or 2-1 or something, I just want to see energy and fight. I want to see a different Arsenal side than I've seen the last 2 weeks, because the football from Fulham and West Ham has been absolutely abysmal. You won't win anything with kids in that style of football. And, you know, we're just at a lot. We're just in a lull right now, guys. And I don't know if we're going to get out of it with the same manager, but we can improve the performances week in and week out. And that has to come internally from the squad as well. It's not all just Arteta's hands, right? As much as we bash them, it's the players that have to go out there and perform. And at times we know they are just not doing that. So it's going to be a big call. You know, the players are going to have to really look in the mirror, look at each other, and see how bad they want it. You know, if they have to basically, sorry if I'm going into a little.
No, go. It's your show too.
They have to fight their way out of Arteta's tactics to get a win. I am for it. If they have to defy his tactics to play and express themselves in a way that they haven't in the last few weeks, go and do it. Because the FA Cup is the only chance we're going to get a silverware this year, guys. I don't see us going that far in the Champions League past Porto, if that even happens. And I think the league, we are struggling for 3rd and 4th place.
Yep, so I agree.
Anyway, happy Friday, TJ. Great show. Thanks for having me on. And Connor, good to see you, buddy.
Okay, I'm going to have to cook this, guy. Sorry. Hey, Toxic Tash.
Hypocrite.
Literally, nobody is saying that we are that. Yeah, we're all saying that we're Arteta out, but Dal is saying that 2-1 to the Arsenal. But, you know, context is important. You got to look at Liverpool injuries and the fact that they have a Carabao Cup game to think about, and we have a full squad that we can throw against you guys.
You don't have I don't think it's
yeah, and I don't think it's totally out of the realm that we beat you guys. I don't think we will. I think I'm going 2-1. But calling us hypocrites, you might want to use some context, my guy, first before you call us hypocrite. But yeah, big up yourself. Thank you for coming by. Make sure you smash the like. All right, guys. This has been the 42nd episode of the American Idiots. I was just, dude, it was just glad. I'm really glad to have talked to the originals. I'm kind of glad that we didn't have guests today, but we'll have a guest next week.
Yeah.
But it's cool to just get the OGs in here. Big up Winter Surfer. We got to get Winter Surfer on the show. Surfer, let's
Yeah,
talk.
bro.
Let's talk.
Put it in the calendar.
Fuck
Yep,
with
100%. Big up Surfer every single time. Guys, yeah. So you can catch me on the watch along. We are now doing watch alongs on TJ Warren TV. I will be live at 4 p.m. UK time on Sunday, and we will do our normal match reaction. We'll just redirect to the match reaction immediately after the show is done. So make sure that you guys come by for that. We'll have this new fancy scoreboard that Connor's about to teach me how to use because I am illiterate. And then you can catch me on Monday for the American Waffle Show on Staffy TV. Go over there. Make sure you subscribe to Staffy TV as well as Sarcasm City TV. I may or may not jump on the Q&A on there a little bit later tonight. It depends on the wife. So, of course, guys, thank you. For better, for worse, come on, you Gunners. And we will see you next time.